Well, here we are again with part 3 of my methods pleating to the Sett. I've now finished the pleats and I'm about to sew the right-hand seam of the inside apron. I would have perhaps liked to have done some interim videos, but I was working at odd times of the day and night and didn't want to summon my videographer. So here we are. So from our last video, I remember I'd marked all the pleats. I doubled and triple checked them to make sure that I wasn't making a mistake, because it's very, very easy to skip an element or repeat an element. So again, the more you prepare, the easier the job will be. So this actually proceeded quite quickly. So with every pleat, I would, having sewn it, I would double check with my gauge to make sure that I was within acceptable parameters. And then when I sewed to the middle pleat, I then used the tape measure and measured from the center of the center pleat to the right-hand edge of the first pleat, which is here, because of course I haven't done the outside apron yet. And I do that when I reach the center to see how accurate my measurement has been. And there's a little wiggle room there, right? Which is frankly why we don't shape the outside apron till the end, because if there's a bit of error compounded here, yet the kilt still looks good, then we can compensate with the outside apron. We don't use that as an excuse for sloppy workmanship, but it is a bit of an insurance policy, I guess, a fallback. So from there, so I measured, and then I carried on, reached my last pleat, measured the whole thing once again, and it's within half an inch, and about the same at the hip. So from here, it pretty much carries on as normal, shaping the inside apron, and carrying on as before. And again, I don't pleat kilts to the Sett particularly often, because again, it comes down to the customer's choice, and I really don't. I try very hard not to unduly influence the customer's choice, because it's that person's kilt, it's their choice. But even so, most people do tend to go pleated to the stripe, because again, the slimming and the heightening effect thereby. But this with this very simple minimalist tartan, I think this actually looks pretty good, and I'm quite looking forward to the first fitting to see how this hangs on the individual. So there we go.